Hi friends, thanks for joining me today. I have a process video for a layout I made as part of a collaboration slash YouTube blog hop. No, YouTube hop. And this month we're making it based on this sketch by Creative Scrappers. In the description box below, you'll see a link to not only the Creative Scrappers blog where we got the sketch, but also the videos from the other women who have also made a layout based on this sketch. So you see here that I had already cut out triangles just from white cardstock, and I used that to cut out these pattern papers that are part of my citrus twist kits from December 2016. And I am using two photos of my niece and nephew. The left one was taken in 2003 and the right one was taken this past Christmas in 2016. And the one on the left is my favorite Christmas photo, and so every few years I make my niece and nephew pose in front of the Christmas tree and take a picture again. So this year I decided to make a layout with both of those right next to each other. I'm using this Remember from an older ephemera pack, and it's acetate, so I decided I wanted to use my tiny attacher to attach it to the pattern paper. But because it wasn't the same pattern paper, I struggled a little bit because I wanted to staple it on both of those pieces of paper, but I did manage. And now I'm just going to be gluing these down. And it didn't align exactly the way I wanted it to because of the way I stapled it. So the green paper with the black splatters, I had to cut down a few times to fit in that space, but it did work out in the end. In case you're wondering, when I picked out these pattern papers, I wanted to make sure that they were kind of a different type of design, so that's why I picked one with the script. And then I thought that the aqua design was very detailed, so that's why I thought that the one on the right, which there is also a small design, doesn't show as much as the aqua one. And then the bottom left has small design but not as dense, so I thought that worked well. And then the splotchy one kind of was from a Pink Fresh Studios paper, and I just cut out just the part that kind of had not a distressed, but you guys know what I mean, kind of watercolored look. So that's how I picked the pattern papers. I was going to use the thickers that came with the kit, but it ended up being a little bit too aqua-ish, especially because half the page is that aqua color already, so decided to go with these gold thickers that were in my stash. And the sketch called for some circles as well as some stars over them, and I didn't have stars. And I originally wasn't planning on using this side of the pattern paper, but because I used the gold thickers, I thought that it kind of balanced it out more. I was going to be using a little more blue, but like I said, I think because that half page of the pattern paper was a lot of blue already. So anyways, I decided to use these cork hearts with the gold accents in them, which were from Pink Paisley, I think C'est La Vie collection, which I've had for a while, but I love. And I pulled them out because in the December kit, the new Pink Paisley collection had some butterflies and feathers that were, exactly the same cork and gold. So I thought I could use the hearts along with some of the feathers and things like that. I punched out a few of these circles to try to figure out where I wanted to put them, and gluing things down. And I wanted to pop up the photo on the left because the way it's taken the right one is slightly closer up, so I wanted to make sure that the one on the left, showed up, or that they ended up looking even, if that makes any sense. So that's why I popped it up. And I had also originally wanted to make the mat a little bit bigger so it shows up more, but it didn't really match. It didn't, I don't know, I didn't like the way it looked. So anyways, that's why I popped it up. And here I'm just putting in the circles underneath and then trying to figure out where I'm going to put that heart. And I had to use some more of the fun foam on half the heart, just because otherwise half is kind of raised and the other half isn't. So just a tiny piece of the fun foam. And I'm really enjoying that. I feel, that I'm being pretty decisive about this, and I think a lot of that's also because of the sketch. The past, I think since the new year, I've been kind of, I don't know, pokey, or just not as, I haven't made as many layouts as, I wanted to. So I've been working with a few sketches, and I know I mentioned it before, but that really helps me just get back into the groove of things, because even if I don't make a layout for a week or 2 weeks, it becomes really difficult to get back into the groove of it. So the past few layouts I've made them based on sketches. So I'm thinking, because the top part, I feel like, the eye is drawn so much to the gold 13 years ago that I wanted to balance it out on the top. So I thought maybe I would add some of these really pretty and cute sequins that came in my kit, but I keep going back and forth with them. But I decided to first just journal in the black on top of the photos, and I actually ran out of a little bit of room. I wanted to write a little bit more, but I didn't start high enough. I don't know if that happens to you guys or not, but when you journal underneath photos or the side, you can get away with journaling or having just the right amount of space, or just make it, just keep going until you're done with what you want to say. But I ran out of like I said, I ran out of space, but I got out what I wanted to say, and so that's fine. And I kept trying to think of, something to put on the upper part, and it kind of irritated me quite a bit. But at the end I figured out it's, like I said, because of the blue, already pops out so much, so it worked out fine. And I like to kind of drop the sequence, and then if I don't like it, I pick it up again and drop it again until I like the placement of it. And then I think on the right side I wanted to just put something over there. So I end up cutting the circle on the very left bottom to match it, aligned to the pattern paper, and then I'll actually put it on the right side, and that balances out. So, and usually it's interesting. I mean, here I'm obviously adding enamel dots, but usually the end, the accents, the little stuff usually takes me the shortest amount of time, and the beginning takes me the longest amount of time. But for this one, it was the opposite. I think because the background is, busier than I'm used to, I wanted to make some of the smaller things less busy. So I think I just wasn't used to that. But I do like the way this ended up, and I wanted to add another one of those stars. These stars came from the alphas. So they're aqua with the gold on the outside. And here I am trying to see if I like the sequence again, which I do end up using, and I just use some liquid adhesive to put those down. And that's pretty much my video. So thanks again everyone for watching, and don't forget to check out the other ladies who also made a process video based on the same sketch. Thanks for watching. Bye.